Hey guys, I want to talk about the eternality of hell. Specifically, why is hell eternal? I want to look at it in a little bit different way. First of all, I do believe hell is eternal. I know there's legitimate debate about that, but I don't think, I wish it was true that hell wasn't eternal. Actually, I mean, that's what I want. It's much better because the eternality of hell is the worst part of what hell is. Now, let's look at it from the cross's standpoint. I think this might help us. I know it's still a mystery. I'm not saying this is the answer, but I'm saying this is the best that I have. Why is hell eternal? Is God just always mad at people? Is his wrath continually pouring out upon people? I mean, that doesn't seem like the God we worship. To even have the energy, I mean, of course he has the energy, but to reserve the energy for hatred or anger or wrath or righteous indignation. So Christ is on the cross, and he was on the cross for a total of 9 hours. 3 of those hours, we know that there was something different that happened. Darkness came over the land, and that's whenever we believe the vicarious substitutionary atonement happened. And what I mean by that is that he was a substitution for our sins, and it was vicarious in the sense that it was for every one of our sins, not for sin. Christ didn't die for sin in general, this concept. He didn't die for original sin. He died for every sin that I've committed, every sin that any other Christians committed. Whenever you trust in him, past, future, all sins are taken care of as he was on the cross. Now, here's the question. If one sin, or if just sin in general, sends people to hell for eternity, and Christ was my exact substitution, why isn't Christ in hell for eternity? I think that's a really good question. You've got to at least think about it. A lot of people have come up with a bunch of answers, but here's what I think. I think hell is vicarious. I think that people actually do pay for their sins while they're in hell. Whatever sin they committed, if it takes 1 million push-ups, sometime you're going to get to the million push-ups. What then? Why aren't you released? You aren't released because you still hate God and you still want nothing to do with him. You would rather be in hell than be with him. That is the answer, because you can't assume that once somebody dies, even though their whole life they lived hating him in their sin, with their sin nature, that somehow in hell their sin nature changes and they're no longer sinning. They still hate God eternally. They are still sinning eternally, and they are there for eternity because the doors of hell are locked from the inside.